for a great Airbnb experience, everybody. 5 tips. Listen, you might be thinking about going on a trip with your family. You might be thinking about going on, a business trip, a personal trip, whatever the case is. I mean, Airbnb is a really cool way to see the world or kind of get your travel mission complete in a very unique, fun, interactive experience, environment, I guess you could say. That being said, if you're new to Airbnb or if you've never used Airbnb, there's a few tips and tricks that I got for you that can make your Airbnb experience that much more enjoyable. But before we continue on with the show, I just want to say, hey everyone, welcome to another episode of the Rhino Show podcast. And for everybody who's been following us on the podcast, we recently just launched our YouTube channel. We had a YouTube channel, but not very active on it. But when we took a poll in 2019 about ways we could improve on, everybody said, I'd love to see these interviews and podcasts that you do in full video experience. So we do have the YouTube channel. Please go click the link in the show notes and subscribe. We would very much appreciate it. Everybody who's on YouTube right now, click that subscribe button somewhere here and show the show some love, okay? So let's get right to it. 5 tips for a great Airbnb experience. Number 1, finding the perfect location. Business or pleasure, walking distance, you want to think about things like walking distance to major attractions or destinations, or if it's a business trip, maybe you want something that's somewhere in close proximity with where you're staying and where you're going to be doing some business or having all your meetings. So that way, maybe transportation is not an issue and you can get some exercise and really enjoy that aspect. So location, as you know. Number 2, accommodations. Do they have the bed? Is it comfy? Nice showers? Is it spacious? Do they have heating, AC? Let's say if you're, staying in a very humid climate, you're coming from a dry climate, you want to make sure there's AC there so that, your experience and your stay is a little bit better. You want to make sure that you can, adjust the climate to your own personal desires. Communication with the host. Look for Superhost. Look for amazing hosts. Look, when you go to on Airbnb and you go to a listing, look and read into the reviews and see how people who've stayed at this particular place have, communicated with the host. Look for, little things that, hey, the host was amazing, the host was on time, or the host, every time I had a question, the host was prompt, because communication is everything. And when you're staying at an Airbnb, you want to make sure that you're taken care of. So that would be definitely number 3, communication. Number 4, simple, thoughtful touches. Look at, pictures. Do they have wine bottles? Have people written reviews of, when you enter, there's some like candies, or there's some little foods or little trinkets or a bottle of wine or a nice little note. It's the details, bottles of water, simple treats. Listen, you've been on a plane or you've been in a vehicle. When you first get into that, you get that lockbox, you get that key out, you enter into that Airbnb. I'm telling you, the simplest little things can make that whole experience go just a lot better. So look at the details. I mean, I'm a father. My wife and I, we have 2 kids. We're always looking for things like high chairs and playpens and, what kind of additional things or support can you give my family and I and my kids? We stay at one Airbnb, I love it. They got a nice theme room. It's beautiful. It's clean. There's toys. That means we don't have to pack as many toys. If you're a parent, you think of these things, is there baby gates available? Stairs, all these things start coming and seeping into your mind. If you're single or you're ready to mingle, or, you just having a nice little night out with your lady, with your guy, with your fella, with your, whatever it is, you might be looking for certain things. Maybe you want a seat in the shower or something. I'm just saying, right? You might be looking for different things, right? Maybe you want those body sprays. Who knows, right? Look at all the details. Talk to the host. Also, when you book, see what options they have, cancellation policies. You want to get at least 50% of the refund back. Full refund if it's at least over 2 weeks away, and look at the policies and the home rules. These are huge things on Airbnb. But here's what I can say about Airbnb is we went to Europe, went to Italy, went to Spain, and we did not have an issue with Airbnb. Now, I know there's tons of bad experiences, both on the guest and the host side, but don't let that shy you away from Airbnb. I myself, we love Airbnb. We're hosts. We have, rental properties and things like that. And then we're also been guests. So we've seen Airbnb from both perspectives. And what I can say is I absolutely love it. And when we compare the fees and the cost of what we're going to be spending at a hotel for a little tiny room as opposed to an Airbnb, there's just no comparison. So for us, we don't want to have to unpack the vehicle, go through the hallway, check in with the little key card. I love Airbnb because I'm gonna get more house, I'm gonna get more square footage, I'm gonna get more experience for my money. And again, we have, a son, a daughter, and a pit bull, a dog, our dog Umzi. And I can tell you, like, Airbnb is definitely the way to go for us. Now, that being said, I know everybody has their own opinions, but I just want to hop on here, give you 5 quick tips to have an amazing and great Airbnb experience. Again, I'd love to know your thoughts in the comments. Did you have a good experience? Did you have a bad experience? Is there anything you can add to this? Is there anything you agree with or take away? Again, hey, enjoy, travel, see the world. I just feel like Airbnb gives you a little bit different experience. And one thing I can honestly say, before we end this, is that when we went into Europe, it was so comforting to have a host who was a local who could say, hey guys, check this place out, don't check that place out, watch around here. It was just such a different experience. So, we do love Airbnb. Again, that being said, we are extremely cautious, so we try to do our due diligence to make sure that when we show up, it's going to be advertised. Whatever was advertised is there. There's no bait and switch. Again, just do your homework. Hopefully these tips can help. We're going to talk a lot more about, real estate, Airbnb in the future, but for now, 5 tips. Have a great Airbnb experience. And remember, if you listen to the podcast, please support us on iTunes, Google Play, Stitcher. If you're listening or watching this on YouTube, please subscribe to the channel, drop a comment, drop a notification. We appreciate you. We are a brand new channel, so we got to grow. Our podcast is doing very well, but listen, we got to have the video. So again, wherever you're consuming this content, we love you, we appreciate you, and we always appreciate your support. And remember, curiosity should always be your mandate.